Hello, Visions. Welcome to this session of the 2025 Virtual Curriculum Fair. We are joined by Kathy and Danielle, who will be presenting about Lincoln Learning Math, one of our math core options for the 25-26 school year. So, Kathy and Danielle, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Kaylee. Good morning, everyone. My name is Danielle Freeman, and I'm the Director of Client Success here at Lincoln Learning Solutions. Joining me is Kathy Sermonera, and Kathy is our Senior Manager of Sales. So we're both very excited to be here today and can't wait to walk through our math curriculum. But before we do that, I'm going to kick things off and just share a little bit about who we are, Lincoln Learning Solutions, as an organization. So we are a nonprofit organization that's been supporting schools and students since about 2005. So as we celebrate 20 years in education, we're really proud of the strong, lasting partnerships that we have built along the way. We are based in Pennsylvania, but we work with schools across the state and nationwide, really helping educators create meaningful and engaging learning experience that sets their students up for success. So you'll see here what makes us different. It really comes down to four key things: our expertise and fresh approach to learning, the support that we provide to our partners, our commitment to improving education in our communities, and our dedication to fairness and excellence really in everything that we do. Our digital curriculum, Lincoln Empowered, is built to be flexible and adaptable for students starting in early kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. So we have more than 170 courses, 180,000 customizable learning objects, which Kathy will kind of walk through here in a minute, as well as assessments. And it's designed to fit a variety of learning models, whether it's a virtual, blended, or hybrid approach, without really sacrificing the quality of our alignment. So we work with a number of different partners, and they use us in different ways. We also work with a lot of homeschool families across the U.S. as well. But we're more than just a curriculum provider. We're dedicated partner in education and focused on helping students, educators, and communities thrive. Our expertise, innovation, and commitment to equity and excellence is what we feel sets us apart from a lot of the other vendors in the education space. So next slide, Kathy.
Oh, yes. Give me 1 second here.
Oh.
There we go.
Awesome, thank you. So at Lincoln Learning Solutions, we are dedicated to providing our clients with world-class resources. Our Cognia and WASD accreditations signify our commitment to delivering high-quality learning for our students and really demonstrate that we are committed to continuously improving our educational effectiveness. And at that, now time for the good stuff. I will hand things over to Kathy, where she will do a walkthrough and discuss our math curriculum.
Thanks, Danielle. At Lincoln Learning Solutions, our K through 8 math curriculum stands out because it's more than just standard aligned. It's intentionally designed for real student success. We start with that comprehensive standard alignment, and every course is built from those California math standards. And so you know that you're starting out great from the start. Next, we ensure that logical progression when it comes to the mathematics content. It's carefully designed in a sequence that builds on that prior knowledge and scaffolds student learning. I also want to mention that our content is student-centered. So its approach is going to offer rich and engaging interactive activities to support all of those different learning styles that we have. Parents and families can definitely rest assured that there are lots of tools that are going to help them stay involved with their students' learning, and students will be able to, really be engaged with those easy to follow lessons. So as we navigate to the next slide here, what really sets Lincoln Learning Solutions apart is our it factor. We have a variety of learning objects that are the building blocks for our lessons, and these its are really standalone objects that support learning. So you'll see that the Teach It and Read It are going to provide a lot of instruction for the student. And as the student engages in the lesson, they'll find interactive objects like a Watch It, a Practice It, or a Play It that really get students thinking and building those skills. Students then have places like a Show It, where they can demonstrate their understanding of the learning objective. And then we also incorporate a variety of assessments, whether those are auto graded or more authentic work assessments. Students are going to be exposed to a variety of ways to really express their understanding of that learning objective. We can take learning to the next level by incorporating a variety of extendits for students who are eager to deepen their understanding, or we also provide additional items like a reinforce it for students maybe to review some of those concepts. So what I want to do is head into the Buzz Learning Management System, and you'll see right now we are in the student view. I love the look and feel of this platform because it's engaging to student learning, and it allows for really that intuitive design for students to kind of navigate their way through the course.
Kathy,
Students are, yes,
I'm sorry to interrupt.
yeah.
I don't see Buzz just yet.
Oh,
I'm just seeing the It Factor
oh,
slide.
I am sorry. Let
Nope,
me
you're okay.
stop sharing here. I Let me share again. My apologies, everybody. There we go. How about now?
You got it.
Okay, thank you guys. So right now, this is the Buzz Learning Management System, and this is, like I said, that nice, welcoming dashboard for students to enter in. And you can see those course cards that are available for the students so they know exactly where to go to find their learning. Students, again, are welcomed with this dashboard, but they also have a to-do list that's available for them. When you hover over the to-do list, it will populate all of the items that the student needs to complete. And in addition, there is also an activity stream that allows you to see, what you have worked on throughout that week. So easy access to that content. As we navigate into the mathematics course, I'll start with Mathematics 1. You're greeted with some of the wonderful tools here that are built in. You'll see that you have your last visited activity. So it's a great place to kind of, it's where you left off. You can hop right back into that. Or you also have, an up next resource. So what's coming up next? In addition, there is a to-do list for your class, and the student is great because they don't have anything currently due. But if there are items that are happening that are ready for students to complete, those would be populated right there. What I love about our Lincoln courses is that design that we can have. We have this very standard design. So whether you are a first grade student or a sixth grade student, you know what to expect. And this is helpful for families as well, because there's no question about what is coming next and how the course is designed. You can see that all of our courses begin with this course resources folder, which populates a lot of the standard resources for the course, like a parent and teacher guide or a pacing guide. Those would be available right there. So easy access for those essential items for this specific course. You'll also see that the Lincoln content is divided, their content into module form. So think of the modules almost like units of learning. So module 1, in all of our modules, we'll have 15 lessons for students to complete. So you'll see the lessons there. There are 15 lessons within each module. In addition to having that consistent modular design with the consistent lessons, you'll see that students will also have assessments, checkpoint assessments, every 5 lessons. So every 5 lessons, you know that there will be a checkpoint, a small auto-graded assessment that students can count on for those, for kind of checking in on their understanding of the learning objectives in the previous 5 lessons. Another consistent assessment piece will always be a mastery assess it at the end of each module. It's great to think of the mastery assess it almost as that unit exam, and we'll kind of dive deeper into that as well. So the consistent design is a standout piece of the Lincoln content. As I navigate here into lesson 2, you'll see that we have the course opened here, and I'm going to hop into the first learning object that we have, which is a Teach It. The Teach It is a video version of our Read It. And the great piece about the Teach It is that it is wonderful for students because it allows them to experience the content independently.
Hello.
And you'll see
In this
our
lesson, you'll
our
count by
narrator here is
ones to
reading through the
10.
content here for the student.
Click below the question to view the answer. If someone asked you,
So what happens here is this teacher, our avatar teacher, is reading through the content, creating an engaging experience for the students. And I really love this aspect. And I'll just a little personal note. My daughter was taking our courses when she was in kindergarten, and she was an emerging reader and needed that support from the Teach It. She left the lesson feeling confident and able to move on to the other learning objects because she was able to hear the content from a teacher voice and have it all explained to her using the Teach It method. And I just liked how it empowered her to kind of feel confident to move on to the next learning object. After students experience the Teach It, they do have the ability to hop directly into the Read It content. And the Read It really is that kind of instructional text for the student. It gives the student all of the information they would need to understand that learning objective. I also love how Lincoln has the learning objectives clearly labeled within the lesson so that we always know what our focus is. The lesson begins always with a did you know, and it is interactive for students so they can kind of get their creative juices flowing and understanding what they are going to be anticipating for this lesson. Lincoln curriculum writers do a great job of incorporating a lot of interactivity within our read its to again keep them engaging and to keep the learning happening. At the end of each read it, you will also see a place for students to really kind of show what they know. It's a great place for students to, after they've gone through the read it content, listen to the teachers talking about it in the Teach It, they can now experience and check their understanding here. So as we can see, we do have that ability to check for our understanding. We also have additional tools here that are available for students. And this is the text help toolbar that provides a text to speech, a translator, a dictionary, a screen mask, and also a highlighter tool as well. This is an example of the screen mask. And as we navigate to the next learning object, you will see that we're going to come into a watch it. The Watch It is a fantastic way to, again, build on that knowledge that was taught in the Read It. This Watch It happens to be a Watch It that our media team has created, and the Watch It is available right here in the learning management system. So we're not navigating to another location. We are headed directly right here in
Welcome
here.
to Numbers All Around. Numbers follow a specific order when you are counting by ones.
So as you can see, that Watch It is building on that skill that we have talked about in the Read It. As we continue, you'll see that these learning objects, our it factor, really play a part in keeping students engaged. So you'll see here that we have this Play It. This Play It is great for students so that they can really engage with that content and build that skill there. And then moving into the next learning object, we have a Practice It. I like to think of a Practice It as a place for students to really build that skill in a way that allows them to check their own work and in a kind of a low stakes way. This is a great preparation for any exams that might follow. And as you can see here, this is a worksheet. The worksheets are available right here within the lesson, so you have everything that you need to complete the worksheet right here. You can complete this worksheet digitally. You can also print it off and complete it offline as well, which is a great bonus. Next, we will see the show it here. And the show it really is kind of the end of our lesson. This is the place where, you are going to demonstrate your understanding of this learning objective that we've been following through all of our lesson. So we've listened to it, we've read about the learning objective, we were able to watch something, play a game about this learning objective. Now we are at the place where we can really put our knowledge to the test here. And this is a show it. The show it is a really great opportunity for students to submit authentic work to their teacher. It gives students a time to kind of build that skill in preparation for their exam. Now, our show-its, again, are a skill-building activity, so it's nothing that the student will have to turn directly into their teacher unless their teacher would like to see it or family members would like to see it. The show-its always are accompanied also by an answer key, so we can always check our work to ensure that we are staying in line with what we are working on. Just always notice too that you will always have access to the text help toolbar in all of our lessons as well. So that kind of follows you throughout the course. So you'll have that availability for you. When it comes to assessments, as I mentioned, students are assessed every 5 lessons with those checkpoint assessments. And those checkpoint assessments are fantastic ways to gauge student progress within those lessons. And it's great to really check to see, are we understanding the concepts that were presented in the past 5 lessons? So students will complete these simple auto-graded assessments really to gauge their understanding of the lesson. And they would submit their work and they would receive instant feedback on those assessment pieces. And this is a place where I love how our team has created some really great feedback for students to really make it a teachable moment for any of those incorrect answers that they might experience. Students will have the opportunity to retry if they would like to really make sure that they are understanding this assignment.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yes.
So what I love about the immediate feedback is that if the student sees that they are really struggling with a concept or needs to go back, they can always go back and redo any of the content within that lesson. So if they need a refresher, they just want to kind of go through the content again, you can go back and either watch the game or watch the videos or play the game. So whatever that student needs, they'll be able to go back and reference.
That's a great call out, Danielle. When it also comes to more authentic work pieces, you'll see that Lincoln has incorporated those also into our lessons. So this Assess It right here in lesson 14 happens to be an assessment that students will really demonstrate their understanding of that objective by completing this worksheet and then sharing it with their teacher. So there's a submission box below where they will share it with their teacher. So they can complete that document either with a Google, right here with the Google Drawings digitally, or they could print that document out and go ahead and take a picture of it and upload it to their teacher or family member. And then the final type of assessment that students will see are going to be those mastery assessments. And these are the kind of like a unit exam where students will be going over a variety of concepts that were all taught within that module. So you'll see that there's a lot more questions in the mastery assessment, and there are a mix of auto-graded and also maybe some short answer questions as well. One thing to note is that students will have access to a text-to-speech within their assessments as well. So that is a great place for any students who possibly need accommodations to support their learning. So you'll see that Mastery Assess It there. Now, students can always check in on their progress as well. So they will be able to kind of be able to check to see how they're doing. They have access to their own grade book here to see kind of any target due dates that they might have. And those are all very soft due dates. Not, it's just kind of a way to keep students on pace so that they would be, completing a lesson in time for their end date of the course. As I navigate back out, I do just want to show also, we were in Mathematics 1, I want to show just how similar and the design is when you go into maybe an Mathematics 6 or an additional grade here. So you'll see that this course looks very similar in its design. The course resources folder is at the top. You'll also see that modular design that we have here. So again, if you have students who are progressing through Lincoln Learning Solutions content, you can rest assured that they have an understanding of the flow and how the course will be laid out. As I open up Module 1, you'll see that we have a variety of lessons here, and you'll see that same type of format that we have. So starting with the Teach It, again, presenting the content in a way that students can listen to the content in that video format right there, so students can kind of listen to that content and how they are. And then as we navigate to the next learning object, you'll see that we have the Read It and that same type of design, lots of interactivity. Oh, this is following me here. Got lots of interactivity when it comes to that design. I think our curriculum writers do a fantastic job with incorporating examples that, especially in our math classes, where they show the work, which is so important in our math classes that students are able to show their work. And we provide a great example of that here within the Read It as well. If you hover over the answers, you'll be able to check your work here within that Read It. And again, you'll see a variety of watch its. This watch it here for our sixth grade, you'll notice that some of our sixth grade will incorporate some Khan Academy procedural videos, which are great when you are trying to kind of map out some of those harder solutions to these problems. And then you'll see kind of that same format again with practice its. This one happens to be a practice it that's not a worksheet, but more of a flashcard activity that we are working on here, and then some practice problems for students to complete. So I'm going to stop here and ask if there are any questions.
I'm going to go ahead and pause our recording at this